Well, welcome to the second section of revision. I think this is going to be revision number 13. And today we're going to be looking at geometry and measures. And the first thing we're going to look at is the question to do with metric units. And I'm just going to look for my calculator because I think I might need that later on. And it says here, James runs 400 meters every day. So 400 meters per day. Work out how far he goes in 1 week. Well, obviously, if that's per day, you times that by 7 to make 1 week. 7 fours, 1428, so 2,800 meters. And it says give your answer in kilometers. Well, we know that 1,000 meters is equivalent to 1 kilometer, so therefore it's going to be 2.8 kilometers. Now, a really useful thing I found with this, and it's going to, for the other questions you'll need it as well, is something like this. I want to show you it. I think it's a really good thing. We can start with any of the units. We can do with meters, litres or grams, but we're going to go from millimeters to centimeters, so it could be milligrams to centigrams. You could do it this way. It works all three, but we'll just do it for here. And as you go from millimeters to centimeters, to convert, you need to divide, and you divide by 10, and then this one you divide by 100, and here you divide by 1,000. And the nice thing about this is you can always set this one up in the exam on a sheet of paper, and if you're dyslexic like me and your memory is really poor, just doing it colourful and repeating doing this, you set it all up and then you can apply what you need to. And a really good thing about this as well is this is to do with length, okay, but if you wanted area, you could simply make that area, you'd square that, and then you'd square these things as well. And equally, if you wanted to make it into volume, scary volume, like centimeters cubed, then you would have that cube there and a cube there. So you can apply it in a whole range of things, and that's what's really good. So we'll probably come back to this and another question in this section. Actually, let's look at that one there. One of these questions says convert 0.4 meters cubed to centimeters cubed. There you go. So that's really good. Let's see if we can answer that. I'm going to try and see if I can use this pen here. So I want to go from meters cubed to centimeters cubed, and it's to 3. So I got to do what it says here. Does this work? Oh, you can't really see it. Let's put it in this colour here. So there's my question, and I am timesing it by 100 to the power of 3, which is essentially 6 zeros, 6 jumps. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So here I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is therefore 400,000 centimeters cubed. So that is 400,000. And I use this system to help, which is really good. Then there's another question I can see. So let's answer that one. It says convert 6.3 meters squared to centimeters squared. So I'm going from meters to centimeters, but this time squaring it. So it's 6.3, and I'm going to times it. So I'm going from meters to centimeters. So I times it by 100 squared, and that means I've got 4 zeros, 4 jumps. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And put the unit in. And so there you go, 63,000. And then the last question I can just spot, it was hiding from me. It said 200 millimeters. And don't forget, this could have been milligrams, etc., to centimeters. So no, it's just length here. So I'm going from here to here. So I divide by 10. So I knock off. So that means it's 20 centimeters. And that's kind of how you do these questions here with metric. And then there's got a couple of more ones that we're going to look at, and then we can move on from there. So I might come back to this. Let's just leave it there. Oh, I shouldn't have put it all on clear paper, should I? That's not a great idea, Simon. So let's just move it across, put something underneath, and let's start fresh here. So now this question, it says Kelly has 2 dogs, Pixie and Fifi. Pixie weighs 8.5 kilograms. Fifi is 720 grams lighter. So that's what Pixie weighs. So let's put Pixie there. And Fifi is that minus that. So that's what Fifi weighs, whatever that is. And it says work out how much she weighs. So obviously the problem we've got here is we've got this in kilograms, this in grams. So again, I'm going to go from kilo to grams. So like I would do here. So I'm going to times that by, and this is just weight, so we can just times it by 1,000. So that's 3 jumps. So that's 1, 2, 3 minus the 720. If I'm feeling lazy and I'm allowed to, I'd use my calculator. 8500 minus 720 equals, and it's 7780 grams. And they want the answer, it says state your unit, so I can leave it like that, or I can say 7.78 kilograms, and that works. Now the final question they've got here is somewhat different, and it says convert 20 kilometers per hour into meters per second. So this is a very different type of thing, nothing to do with this really. So how do we answer a question like that? Well, there's lots of ways to do this. I'm going to first convert the kilometers, which does have something to do with it. Oh, Simon. So I'm going to go from kilometers to meters. So I'm going to times by 1,000. So 20 kilometers per hour, times that by 1,000, chuck 3 noughts in. So 20 kilometers per hour is 20,000 meters per hour. Now I want to change the hour, so I'm going to say that's into minutes. So it's meters per 60 minutes. I'll put mins there. And I want it into seconds. So I'm going to do it to a minute first. So actually no, we can convert that, can't we, to seconds by saying we times that by 60 seconds per minute. So now I can convert that again down. As I said, there's lots of ways of doing this. 20,000 meters per 6 sixes are 36 with 2 noughts. Now that is meters, that is seconds. I want it to 1 second. So how do I get from 3,600 to 1 second? Well, I divide by that big number. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So this is why I've got my little calculator. So I do 20,000 divided by, as they say in America, 3,600. 5.55 recurring. So 5.6 meters per second, and that is to 1 decimal place. Hopefully this has helped you. Now how do I actually stop the video?